In this video, I'm going to outline another of the accessibility tools available within iOS, and this one is Speak Screen. So again, I'm in the Settings app here at the moment. I've gone down on the left side and chosen Accessibility, tapped on that, and then when I go over here to the right side or right panel, I want to pick Spoken Content. Again, if you're not sure what these settings are, there is another video that precedes this one that explains what all of these options are. We're going to demonstrate here this second one called Speak Screen. So to do that, there are a couple of ways to enable it. I'm going to jump over to a Google Doc here at the moment that just has a note that I've used in the past with students and things. So I chose this one in particular because it is mostly just plain text, and the speak screen option works best, the closer to just plain text you can get. So to do this and to enable this, I'm going to use a gesture on my iPad, and that gesture is 2 fingers, and I'm going to swipe down from the very top of the screen to enable this, and I'll have another little video to show you the actual gesture. So off the top of the screen, 2 finger swipe down will get it started.
Music elements and theory view. Music elements.
So a couple of things here is that it's going to do its best. You can hear it doesn't quite get theory the way we would pronounce it. At any point I can pause the playback, and from this little menu here that will kind of go and disappear or attempt to disappear over to the right, I've got options to play it again.
And theory view.
I can get it to skip ahead.
Notes can be written on a line or in a space. Notes that are written on a line are
and I can get it to move back. I also have the option here to change my playback speed or the speaking rate. I had it on a custom one here, I believe. I'll leave it just on the one, speed here. So this then is how we would use this. I can close it out at any point and cancel it. I can also move around this little icon on my screen. So if there's content it's getting in the way of that content, I can move it somewhere else. And then again, a quick tap, I can move it around on my screen by just dragging it here on my screen. So I'm going to close out of this at the moment and then show it to you in another area. So this again worked pretty well. If I go back out to the news site that I've been demonstrating on called teachingkidsnews.com, and I try just to select to speak, predictably the results aren't going to be as favorable.
Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, About Us, Archives.
So you can see Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, what it did was it's reading the alternate text of those icons that have been encoded into this web page in the top right corner. It's now going to read About Us, Archives, how to use this site, grades 2 to 8. It's going to go through the whole menu structure of the website, and it's going to take quite a long time before it ever gets down here to the text portion, particularly because sometimes it will land over on the navigation or sidebar content here on the right, and it will try to read ads and all kinds of different things. So on a website like this, if you are using Safari, one of the hidden features that's available within Safari is available here under these 2 capital A's up at the top. When I click on that, it's going to give me what's called Reader View. And Reader View really attempts to take the main text of a web page and pull it out and strip out all of the additional content. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually just tap on Show Reader View, and it's going to take that website. It gets rid of everything that's up at the top, all the side navigation content, and what it leaves us with is it actually looks kind of like a magazine, a little magazine article or whatever. Now, if I do my 2 finger swipe gesture down from just off the top of my screen, it's going to have much better results.
World leaders meet in Scotland on climate change. November 1st, 2021.
Again,
Britain's PM Boris Johnson behind a podium. The sign on the podium says UN climate change.
Captions,
April 2nd, 2020. Leaders from around the world are meeting in Scotland this week to discuss global climate issues.
So again, a really, really excellent tool. Allows students to grab content from wherever they may be on the web. And again, if they're using Safari, This sort of little hidden option up here called Reader View can be a real game changer. It takes content and puts it into a much more accessible, tool friendly kind of mode and option, making it appear like a newspaper article online, or a magazine article specifically geared for increased legibility for text to speech tools, and just in general it cuts down on the clutter that a student would encounter online.